What is up, guys? My name is Krautmouse, and here is some Skyrim gameplay. The gameplay itself serves as quite a good visual metaphor, and I haven't posted much Skyrim since, well, I haven't posted any Skyrim, actually, thinking about it, since the armor guide, which I am using my armor here. So, if you want a good example of shit saving your fucking life, yep, here you go. I've changed it a little bit, I've got some alterations in there, but go back and watch the armor guide if you're into Skyrim and you want a fucking sweet set of armor. But other than that, yeah, this gameplay is quite cool because I saw this dragon and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to crank the difficulty to master and I'm going to have this bitch. But as Wrong Burgundy says, shit, that escalated rather quickly. And you're going to see that shit gets a bit out of hand, as you're going to see in a moment. But yeah, I'm not really talking about the gameplay today, as per usual. Basically, I want to talk about like shit like this, when you just fucking throw yourself to the elements and shit pays off, because I love doing that. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether you guys believe in fate or sort of destiny or that sort of thing, or whether just you put yourself in a position where you're exposed to the world and shit's just gonna happen. Like, I went to see my friend at work the other day when he was working at a bar, and I got talking to the manager. It's like, well, we're actually doing interviews downstairs for bar positions here. If you want to come down, you can have an interview. And I was like, alright, why not? So I went down, I went for an interview, and before I knew it, the next day I was handing in my 2 weeks notice at Tesco's, and the day after that I was signing contracts to fucking start working there. So that was like one of these things where it's just like, I have had no fucking input in this aspect of my life which is fucking changing right in front of me. And it's like, just by being in the right position, right time, sort of just being out in the open, I've been able to fucking succeed and do well. And this sort of situation has happened to me before. Like, I don't know whether I have told the story of when I was fucking working on set, or how I became to start working on set in when I did a film back in the day. I talked about this a lot when I was doing my Deus Ex walkthrough, but I ended up working on set for a feature film a while back, about a year ago now, actually. Yeah, fucking all through September, shit. Man, time flies, doesn't it? But yeah, I started working on set because I was actually cashing in check from the previous media work that I'd done. And like, I live like there are two towns near me. There's like the close one, and then there's sort of the larger, further one. And just on that day, for some no good fucking reason, I just decided, yeah, I'd go up to the larger town. I could walk around the shops after, I just cash the check there, whatever. And on my way to do this, I fucking strolled straight past the set. Like, they had already started filming, and they were filming out on the street. And I was like, I walked up to him, I thought it might have been a university thing to begin with. I was like, well, this equipment seems rather fucking extravagant for a film student production. So, let's go have a word with someone over here and let's see what the fuck's going on, shall we? And I just, right place, right time, I walked over, I just sort of talked to someone. It turned out I was talking to the producer of the film. And I was like, wow, this is quite a cool thing you're doing here. If you need any help or whatever, just like, literally, I just walked up, just asked. I was like, if you need any help running or whatever, just, here's my phone number, give me a buzz. And they were like, oh yeah, well, obviously it takes a lot of nerve to walk up to someone like this and do it. Like, I think they assumed that I knew what was going on, but I just fucking strolled into it, like, la da 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 da. What the fuck's going on over here? Like, haphazard, I guess, is my sort of role in life. But yeah, I wandered over and got involved, and later that night they gave me a ring, and the next day and the month after I was working on set with this film, like, you know, driving around actors, picking up equipment, doing all that sort of thing, like, a lot of teas, like, I made a lot of people a lot of teas. And, you know, just doing stand-ins for lighting rigs, and I don't know, loads of little shit, but it's like, this is like what I'm saying, it's so cool, like, when you you don't know what's going to happen. You throw yourself into these situations, and it just can be so awesome. Like, I love not knowing. Like, I love just throwing myself into a thing and just being like, well, I don't know what's going to come out of this. Hopefully something will happen. Like, I'm referencing other stories now as well. Like, do you guys remember the Moab commentary with the drunken lady, like the PVC Jessica Rabbit lady as well? That is a fucking cool story as well, but that's told in full over on that Moab gameplay. But yeah, it's like, I love just not knowing. It's like, if I'm out with my friends, it's like, do you want to come to this house party after? And I'm like, well, what are my options here? I can go home and sleep, or I can go here, and maybe something will happen, maybe something won't. But, you know, fuck it, let's see what happens. Let's see whether something funny happens, or whether you get a nice story out of it that you can tell, and this sort of thing. And I love that. I love just, like, throwing myself to the elements and not being no. And I think it's a good way to be. Like, a lot of people can be kind of uptight and really stick to their comfort zones. Like, they don't like to throw themselves in the deep end. And excuse me while I cough for a second. Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, they don't like to throw themselves into the deep end. I think it's a real shame. Like, I understand it. I understand, like, people can get fearful and outside their comfort zones. I mean, fuck it. My last pretty much commentary was talking about me and my lack of confidence and all that sort of thing. But, you know, I like, when I know that I'm not going to be scrutinised and I've just got to show up for something and just maybe be a part of something cool, I'm totally fucking up for it, yeah. So I love, I don't know, I've said it before, I love just not knowing, and it's cool. I think one of the best things you can do is just throw yourself open to other stuff. Like, if someone's, like, inviting you out, like, at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, it's like, well, I was sleeping, but yeah, fuck it, let's do this. And, yeah, sorry, I've got more thoughts into my head, but I'm sort of leading off some of these stories because I want to tell them in larger videos. How much time have I got left? I've got about 3 minutes left on this commentary. Nah, fuck it. I'll leave some of these stories that I'm thinking of telling for other gameplays and that. But I'm sure you guys like this sort of thing, so I'll keep doing it. And yeah, I've really beaten off topic, so I'm going to do the typical commentator thing. And as I can't think of where I was at, I'll talk about the gameplay for a second. So, as you can fucking see, I've had a hell of a fucking fight this game, and I've had an Elder Dragon and a Blood Dragon fucking kicking the shit out of me for 7-8 minutes. And we're approaching the end, and fucking what a fight, man. Like, there's games of Call of Duty where a gunfight lasts about 10 seconds if you're lucky. Then there's Skyrim here, where you got one fight which has fucking lasted 10 minutes. And, like, situations like this where my life is just being fucking raped in seconds because I've got 2 dragons herring their ice at me. And it's such a good thing. Like, I don't know, like, this is the sort of thing I'm talking about. It's like, I'm completely out of my depth. I don't know what the fuck I is doing, how I'm going to survive. And I don't know whether this was the case, but I think this was one of those things where I'd if you'd played a game like Skyrim, you've probably experienced this moment where you realise you've been exploring for about an hour, hour and a half out in the open, and you haven't auto-saved. That fucking terrifying thing that goes through your head when it's like, shit, I'm gonna waste an hour and a half of my life. Like, fucking there. Look how close that was to death. Yeah, I've wasted a fucking hour of my life if I've died now, because all of that exploring I've done has been for nothing. And it's awesome. I love that sort of game. Like, Fallout was always the worst at that for me. But yeah. Yeah, throwing yourself into the deep end though, fucking do it. I'd like to hear any stories you guys have got of where you've just been like, well, I don't know how this is going to pan out, but I'd rather go for it than rather not go for it. And you know, people like that are awesome in my books, and you come up with wicked stories, you have great adventures, and you enrich your life. I think that's the most important part of it. So, go forth and be awesome, you amazing, amazing people. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this commentary. I know it's shaking it up a little bit. But that has been me kicking the absolute fuck out of 2 dragons, and also a saber cat at one point. I can't remember what was really happening there. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I will catch you with my 150th video next. This is 149. Next video is 150, so please check it out for that. I'm doing something really cool, really special, really up in my game for this next one. So yes, please go forth and enjoy. I will speak to you in the future, and yeah, cheers. Speak to you later. Bye bye. Secondly, I like to do my best Chris Brown impression on the fucking trickster's face before going over and killing her. Boom. That is how you kill a doctor.